Episode 4. The Haunting of Room 313. Muerte Inn is a place where the past refuses to stay buried. Alicia Martinez has discovered the tragic stories of Maria and Alina, two women whose lives were cut short by the dark forces that haunt the hotel. But as she continues her investigation, Alicia realizes that the hotel itself is a living entity, one that feeds on the fear and despair of those who enter its walls. Room 313, a number that has come to symbolize the heart of the hotel's darkness. It was the room where Maria spent her final night, where Alina was last seen alive. And now, it has become the focal point of Alicia's investigation. But the more she uncovers, the more dangerous her journey becomes. Determined to find answers, Alicia returns to room 313, this time prepared for what she might find. The room is cold, the air thick with the scent of mildew and something darker, something that reminds her of death. The furniture is sparse, just a bed, a nightstand, and an old wardrobe, but the atmosphere is oppressive, as if the very walls are closing in on her. As she moves deeper into the room, Alicia notices something she hadn't seen before, a faint outline on the wall, just above the bed. It's the shape of a cross, but the wood has long since rotted away, leaving only the ghostly impression behind. It's a reminder of the desperate prayers that were once offered, here prayers that went unanswered. Alicia reaches out to touch the wall, and as her fingers brush against the cold plaster, she feels a sudden jolt of inertia shock that sends her reeling back. The room seems to shift, the shadows growing longer, darker. And then she hears the sound of someone breathing, slow and ragged, coming from the darkness beyond the wardrobe. Her heart pounds in her chest as she steps closer, the fear rising in her throat. But she forces herself to move forward, to confront whatever is hiding in the shadows. She reaches for the wardrobe door, her hand trembling as she grasps the handle. With a deep breath, she pulls it open. The wardrobe is empty, just a few tattered pieces of clothing hanging limply from the rod. But as Alicia stares into the darkness, she feels a presence behind her, something cold and malevolent. Slowly, she turns around, and her breath catches in her throat. There, in the corner of the room, stands a figure tall, shadowy, its features obscured by the darkness, but its eyes glow with an unnatural light, piercing through the gloom. Alicia's mind races as she tries to make sense of what she's seeing, but the fear is overwhelming, paralyzing her where she stands. figure moves closer, its presence filling the room with an unbearable weight. Alicia can feel the cold radiating from it, seeping into her bones. She wants to scream, to run, but she can't move. The figure stops just inches away, its breath cold against her skin. And then, just as suddenly as it appeared, the figure vanishes, leaving behind only the oppressive silence of the room. Alicia collapses onto the bed, her body shaking with fear. She knows now that whatever haunts La Muerte in Israel land, it's growing stronger. In the next episode, Alicia uncovers the story of the hotel's architect, a man whose dark secrets are buried within the very walls of La Muerte Inn. As the pieces of the puzzle start to come together, Alicia realizes that she's closer to the truth than ever before. But the cost may be more than she's willing to pay.